Back on the streets of Yerevan, thousands of demonstrators answered the call of Armenia's opposition leader Wednesday to once again demonstrate for political change.
We are protesting against the Republican Party, which is trying to keep power.
Protests forced the resignation of Prime Minister Serzh Sargsyan Monday. His acting replacement said Wednesday all parties should negotiate new elections.
If they decide so, we will move forward based on that.
That pronouncement sparked celebrations on the streets. Opponents had accused former Prime Minister Serzh Sargsyan of clinging to power by manipulating the constitution. On the surface, the show of people power in this former Soviet state has striking similarities to the ouster of pro-Russian leaders in Ukraine in 2014 or Georgia in 2003. But there are big differences, argues Moscow-based analyst Henry Ridgwell.
In Armenia in particular, this situation is not linked with being oriented either to the west or to the east, like it was in the Ukraine, but with being tired of inefficient, counterproductive power in government.
Sargsyan was not Moscow's puppet, says Chatham House analyst Anahit Shirinyan via Skype from Yerevan.
He was also very much acceptable for the West up until recently, because he was thought to have tried to diversify Armenia's foreign policy. He made this rather bold move towards Turkey back in 2008 with this rapprochement with Turkey. He tried to sign the association agreement with the EU back in 2013, of course.
Under pressure from Moscow, that association agreement failed, and Armenia instead joined the Russia-focused Eurasian Union. But Russia has failed to build influence in Armenia, argues analyst Ridgwell.
I think it has happened because Russia itself has abandoned this political space in Armenia. Meanwhile, other countries, including the United States, as well as other Western countries, acted quite diligently and subtly to fill that space.
Now Armenia finds itself at a geopolitical crossroads.
It has an opportunity to get closer to the West, to the EU, because I assume that particularly the EU's support will be crucial in the next stage of reforming the country.
Russia has offered little official response. Moscow has a military base in the country, along with historic and economic ties. Analysts say the strength of the protests will likely prompt a cautious response from all sides. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.